welcome to Seasoned. My name is Jason. Here's my review of Daredevil Season 2, completely spoiler-free. Let's get started. With Daredevil getting all that critical acclaim for Season 1, Season 2 now has a lot to live up to. And with Kingpin out of the picture as Matt Murdock's arch-nemesis, where do you go? Well, it seems Season 2 decided to juggle not just one new major character, but two, in the form of Elektra and Punisher. There's a lot of spinning plates. And I'm happy to say that this season meets those high expectations and doesn't make a mess. And drop them plates, boy. Is that what I wrote? Okay. Anyway, the costumes look pretty good, don't they? Daredevil's new mask gets introduced pretty quickly, and the other two look perfect as they are. But more importantly, there is just as much thought put into the characters underneath and the relationship between them all. But Punisher, being the no half measures kind of guy, challenges the Daredevils beat them into a coma, but killing is bad rhetoric. The question, why not finish the job? As with Fisk and Kilgrave before him, there's a lot more behind the man than first appears. But Punisher is definitely more of an anti-hero than the villain, and John Bernthal? Mr. Let me tell you something, Shane from Walking Dead, absolutely kills it. He acts the shit out of it, and Marvel Netflix get to keep their reputation of setting up and delivering complex antagonists. We get this still with Elektra, the posh rich girl psychopath assassin who has a bit of history with our Matthew Murdock himself. A sexy history. She's fairly fun, criminally insane femme fatale who, in this, contrasts nicely against their more tragic Punisher. I'm just going to take a second just to talk about some of Season 1's problems so I can give this review a bit of context. And because I feel there was some stuff I missed out in my first season review, Season 1 was great, but it did have some issues with pacing. It was dawdling about in the middle far end of the season a lot. It had a lot of setup to do for the universe, and while it's a problem that always plagues origin stories, we don't get to see our main hero in full swing till the very end. With Season 2, I think they balanced both Elektra and Punisher well, with Punisher dominating the superior first act of the season, Elektra in the second, and then everything coming to a head in the third. I liked his three-act approach, but anyone expecting Punisher to dominate the whole season may feel disappointed in the show's arguably disjointed approach. Saying that, the first 4 episodes featuring the Punisher are the best of the season, since it somehow featured the best character interactions and development and best fight scenes of the season into one fantastic hour. Hell, after the 4th episode finished, I couldn't help but think they could have ended the season there and it would have been a well-wrapped-up, action-packed miniseries. We get some cameos from last season and Jessica Jones, and it's starting to feel like the Marvel Netflix shows have done some pretty nifty world building. I don't think there was much of a reference to the main Marvel films at all though, which some might miss, but I found refreshing, just because it's got a lot of its own stuff going on. Still no Avengers Tower, no Spider-Man either, in case you were mad enough to think he would appear, but whatever. Foggy and Karen are still getting their share of screen time, though are outclassed by the vast array of other interesting characters. The fight scenes just get better, there are ninjas everywhere, and it's still as graphic and brutal as ever. As serious as the show gets, it's still not afraid to have a literal army of ninjas come after Daredevil and co, and it's absolutely glorious. If you like Season 1, then you'll enjoy Season 2 so much more. It doesn't end as strongly as it starts, but I'm certain it has left plenty of action open for Season 3, so I'll live with it. The only truly disappointing thing was a promo for the show showing Punisher using a minigun. This minigun never gets used. At all. Shit like this can really impact expectations, and although it's a little bit of a spoiler on the most minor level, I think knowing that it doesn't get used does make the whole experience better. You know, because you're not waiting for it. I mean, I spent the entire of the whole thing waiting for a minigun scene and it never happened. You bastards. But yeah, I'll give it the good old white circle with the blue outline rating. That's how I'm doing ratings now. Deal with it. It is bloody good though. If I had to rate the Marvel Netflix season so far, it would go Daredevil Season 2, Jessica Jones Season 1, and Daredevil Season 2. Make of that as you will. Thank you for watching. If you thought this video was good, then bloody hell, you should subscribe so you don't miss the new ones. The spoiler discussion video can be found here, in case you thought it was too spoiler-free for your tastes. You can also follow me on this and this, and donate to me on Patreon if you like. I'm poor and these videos make me no money, so I'd at least like to be able to cover my production costs. Tell your friends, share this on your Bebos, and let me know what you thought of Daredevil. Thanks guys, and I will see you later. Dun dun dun!